Yeah,
Hey
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Welcome back to our Star Wars game, which many people play, unlike our sponsorship here, which nobody plays. But let's talk
We
about
play
that.
it.
You should come join the election game. Yeah, because we play it. We're the only people.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
We
it's
promise.
awesome, but it's even better if you play it instead of not playing it. So,
Holy shit, that's crazy.
yeah, I know, right? I kind of have to get through to these people. Uh,
Yeah. And now they're too busy doing homework.
yeah, every single day,
Yeah,
all the time,
yeah. The
and you
guy in the
have 40
background of the painting
minutes.
in the top right looks like Roosevelt next to Washington.
Roosevelt next to Washington. Yeah, that, I mean, in the top right, that looks kind of more like Lincoln next to Washington.
I don't see the Lincoln. And then on the far left we have Gandhi.
Maybe. Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway, let's get to the actual thing we're here to show you guys. Star Wars!
bah, 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 bah.
Okay,
Epic,
so we start back like a month ago in five
something like that.
BBY. Uh,
Probably more.
yeah, you're right. It's like November 10th or something. So,
Yeah,
um,
Jesus,
yeah.
it's been a while.
So, first thing happening is Alex having a problem. Do you remember what this is, Mason?
He's had so many problems. I don't
Ouch.
remember.
Um, yeah. So, this is back when he was working as Silo
Uh,
and under the Emperor, and
that's a
he
game of style.
he realized first off, I'm not sure if we went over the time travel thing last episode or not.
We
I
can mention it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, so Silo had been making some schemes trying to end
Yeah.
Palpatine because he's just
Steamy boy.
Jango Fett 3 and
Shipwrecked.
shipwreck. He kind of is though actually. Um
Yeah, he's pretty washed up.
he is the so he's thinking, well, if I can't get Palpatine as an adult, I'll get him as a kid or something like that. I can't remember what his actual reasoning was. But then he was like, wouldn't time travel be nice? I'm going to go get this artifact which the Jedi had at some point and time travel.
And
And
Don Cheadle, like with Thanos.
yeah.
Same character.
Same character, yeah.
Yeah, they're both war machines, with the giant mechs.
Jesus.
I'm not wrong, am I?
Uh, yeah, and you're Jesus, but we'll get to that
Yeah.
soon. So, um, anyway, moving on. Um, where were we?
Time travel.
Yeah, time travel.
He was
But
like, oh, the Jedi had it in a vault at one point.
yeah, but you had been scrying him, so you knew about it. And you had access to the Jedi vaults because you were the one who stole everything from them. So, you
I just put in
decide
my vault.
to open your vault and take time travel. And now Palpatine has time travel.
That was pretty terrible. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah. But
All
I
its
will
fault.
do a certain thing here and retcon it so that it's the time travel thing from the Lego Christmas special. Because it has to be.
But they work different, don't they?
No. No, they don't.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm just retconning it because it's fun. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but
That way there
anyway.
can't be more time travel devices, because that would make someone die in real
Yeah.
life.
Real life.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
If
so
you get stupid in the game, you die in real life.
So,
And one of those.
so what? So you were like, well, he just tried to time travel me out of existence. So I think it's time to fuck him up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and you, he realizes you had been scrying him through metagaming, aka listening into our voice call.
Which that's such a dick move, but like
It is,
whatever.
but you know,
He's desperate.
he needs it.
He he's
It's
emotionally
the
invested in the
force.
game. Yeah, he had a force vision,
Yeah, silent.
like Ezra in the future.
Just wait. No spoilers.
Next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Um, and what he's like he figures out that you were scrying him. So he decides to do a scry proof plan. He is going to program a note into Darth Vader's leg because Darth Vader's been helping him, and the note is going to read, "Do whatever you want, just kill Palpatine."
Yeah, genius.
Yeah, so that way Palpatine can't know. And then Darth Vader, who you had just threatened with the eating of his wife.
I should know. I was going to make Vader eat his wife and
Yes.
Leia, who he didn't even know was alive.
Yeah, and Leia. So he is like, he being the family man he is, decides, I don't want to eat my wife and child. So I am going to go to Palpatine and tell him about the message and help him kill Silo.
Yeah, and then I took that pretty well. And I was like, yeah, you didn't betray me, so I was nice to you, and I help you down the line. But then, like, okay, let's take down Silo, and uh, how did we do it exactly? This was before the virus.
Yeah, this was the one where we just, we teleported in front of him and then teleported out and threw him into the sun.
Yeah, and then send all those space whales into the sun too.
Yeah, and sent all the space whales into the sun.
Fuck, the space
But
whales are everywhere.
Silo is Silo, so he has multiple bodies. So he just,
Oh, team.
sets up that second body and keeps going. So then, Hail Niku.
He only what?
You talk about that. Talk about Hail Niku.
Oh yeah. So we're pretty sick of this shit because he just won't give up yet. So I make a new customary greeting in all of Empire called Hail Niku.
Using time
And
travel.
yeah, did I use time travel for that
Yeah.
one? Oh, okay. Yes. And then I went back in time and put a virus in his system that would shut down him and all of his backups if he heard the words Hail Niku, or it would kill him if he heard Hail Niku.
Yeah.
So he'd spawn a new body, he'd go somewhere, he'd get greeted with Hail Niku, and then he'd die.
Yep.
And he did it over and over.
Yeah.
Fucking Super Mario over here.
Super Mario. Alex is Super Mario confirmed.
Not the super though. Like he keeps
Without-
dying. You know, your princess is in another castle, man.
Yeah, so he's not having a good time. So he decides, well, Silo living forever was a good idea, but Mason's immortal as well. So I am just going to not be Silo anymore. So
Ooh.
he started preemptively setting up for his next character, who was going to be the legendary Boba Fett. He did this
Ooh.
by sending the Rebel Alliance, or, well, a Rebel cell, because the Rebel Alliance isn't a thing yet.
Because that's the most obvious choice for Silo to go to.
Yeah. He sends a Rebel cell the location of Boba Fett's prison, because if you remember back in Episode 1, Palpatine imprisoned Boba Fett in a super secret, super high level prison. So,
Yeah, and then Baby Yoda, who's in a tube, got put there, and a
yep.
Thrombot.
And it
Also has
created
Django
the
in the frame.
best sitcom of all time.
Yeah.
What was its name? Like, uh, Feral Child, Crazy
Veggie.
Robot, and Veggie Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty epic. I mean, they need to put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Man, it's
I
great.
mean that's they could totally put that on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you have to get the collector's edition VHS right now, but hopefully
Yeah,
someday it'll be on streaming.
yep. Could be one of their new Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
I would go nuts.
I'd cry so much.
Anyway, so he does that, and that rebel cell happens to be the the same cell that Darth Maul, Darth Yoda, and Darth Obi-Wan Kenobi went
Uh,
because they're crazy. And they
you
went
know,
to
it's
the
because
dark side.
Yoda was crazy. You know,
Yeah, it's
he
because Yoda
submitted.
was crazy. And then he turned Obi-Wan to the dark side with him.
And everything went to shit from there.
And, yeah. So, they learn, that Boba Fett is at the Citadel, and, they decide, hey, we're gonna go rescue him because he's like a military genius or whatever. I mean, his dad was. It must be genetic or something.
Yeah. I mean, didn't we agree, like, in universe they were going off Thrawnbot, and then they were like, oh yeah, there's a kid here too, let's take him.
That works.
Yeah, because that makes a lot more
Yep,
sense.
they went after Thrawnbot because he's a military genius, and there's a kid there who is the son of a military genius, so they can help the rebel
Yeah.
alliance.
And, you know, he's fucking feral, he'll take down a whole ship.
Yeah, he's like a Wookiee, ripping off people's
Okay.
arms.
No, Wookiees aren't as bad as Boba in this.
That's just because Alex played him.
The fucking power armor and shit like that. Like,
Just
what the
wait,
hell,
no,
man?
just spoilers.
I said it earlier, but anyway.
Yeah, well, I didn't catch it. Anyway, they, so they go there, and it's the Citadel on Lola Sayu, just like that arc in the Clone Wars, and
Ooh.
they go there with like 10 rebel soldiers or whatever, and how they try to like
Red shirt.
infiltrate the place, but they start by climbing the cliff with the electro mines and the lava pit below them, and they get up to the top of that, losing only one person, which I think is impressive. And they they get inside and save Boba and Thrawn, and Veggie Boy over there, but
Veggie boy!
Grogu, yeah. Or let's call him Baby Yoda for now, because Grogu comes in later.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, this one, we agreed this one's the Baby Yoda, the other one's Grogu.
Yeah, this one's Baby Yoda. Yeah, so they get them and they go into the tunnels, and then it turns out the tunnels have been taken over by the Imperials, and or well, like the ends of them. So
Yeah.
they go into a room, and they're like, well, shit, how do we get out of here now? And then they're like, I'll just Obi-Wan over here is like, I'll just stab through the door and like open it up. But before he does that, the door opens by itself, and a guy is on the other side.
Not a guy!
Yeah, what is his name? Something Sobek. Osai Sobek. He's the guy from the Clone Wars episode. The warden dude.
He's only a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and he comes out with 2 Vornsker, because I thought it would be cooler than just the thingies from what are they called? Anobuses.
Something like that.
Yeah, the things from the episode. So he's got Vornsker instead, and that's the picture in the middle here. And then and there's also a magnet ceiling, so it takes everybody's blasters and lightsabers, and Thrawnbot flies up there too, like some sort of C-3PO joke.
Yeah, it's like that one bit in whichever Toy Story, the one where they pretend they die. I think it's 3.
They pretend they die.
They act like they're going to die, but then they don't.
Oh, you mean like with the
In the pits of hell.
the trash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the Death
Yeah,
Star.
that's 3.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's like that. So, anyway, uh, they decide. Thrawnbot decides to shoot one of the Vornsker because he thinks that's a good idea, and then the other one and it dies, luckily for them, and the other one decides to cloak itself and go invisible, and jump on Obi-Wan and rip a chunk out of his leg because
his leg does not have a good time in this.
Yeah, this episode, his leg is gonna be having some issues. No, just him in general. Anyway, they the Jedi force pull their lightsabers down into their hands.
While they're still being tugged up on, which is...
While they're still being tugged on by the magnet, and just start, like, whacking away at where the Vornsker is.
Yeah, because that's not, cumbersome at all.
Yeah, I mean, they're lucky that it doesn't take power behind a swing to kill someone with a lightsaber.
Yeah, oof,
Yeah.
Yikes. Imagine a full metal sword. That would be a fun time.
Yeah. So, then they get out of there. The Sobek dude goes back inside and, like, runs away and stuff. And, they walk through the building for a little while, and then they look out the window to the landing area, which they're supposed to get picked up at. But they realize that their plans were wrong, and it is now, instead of a little pad next to a lava river, now it's a giant Imperial fortress next to a lava river. So, but there is a shuttle inside that they can take. It's very easily hijackable. So, that's a little sunshine there.
All the problems are Silo's fault right now, so...
Yep. You really like bashing on Alex, don't you?
Yeah, or no, it's all Gardula's fault. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's Gardula's fault.
Stupid dog.
Yeah, so, they go out there and they're like, well, how do we do this? Because, they also can't, like, they've got droid poppers, but they can't, like, force throw them because, there's, like, salami nearby now.
Yeah.
Salami or Salamiri. And,
yeah, they're lizards which negate the force in a bubble radius.
Yeah. And the reason they could do the thing earlier was because they were outside of the radius, but now they're inside.
AKA he forgot.
Yeah, AKA I forgot.
And no biggie.
They're just on the very edge of the radius, Step 6 feet to the left and you're good. Oh.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that, you see. So
I know about getting out of those bubbles, so...
Yeah, you do.
Tell me to.
So
anyway,
they go out there in basically a full frontal assault, and a lot of them die. So, for reference, they went in with 10 soldiers and 3 Sith Lords. They came out with 1 soldier, 2.5 Sith Lords, and a weird robot, a dude in a coma, and a feral child.
What happened to the other Sith Lord? Because half was Obi-Wan. Who was number 3 that got fucked over?
No, I said 2.5.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm doing the same thing I did in fucking elementary school. God damn it.
It's so sad. But anyway,
I'm a math tutor.
Yeah, you are. They got away in the shuttle, and they go back to Yavin 4. But then they realize that the shuttle was being tracked. So
Blah, blah, blah.
boom, boom, boom. So they're like, well, this kind of sucks. So we're going to leave in the shuttle and go to Malachor 5. And Boba has told them that on Malachor 5 there was this super weapon they could use to destroy the fleet that came after them.
Don't you mean Silo?
No, it was Boba.
Wait, not even Django?
He changed into Boba this time.
Where's
Oh,
Mom?
well then why did Boba know
At
it?
this point. What?
I need to beg Mom.
Why would Boba know that?
Well, he's a Mandalorian. Malachor 5 is where the
Where's
Mandalorians
Mom?
lost everything. What?
I see.
I don't know. Be quiet.
I'm going to kill your family.
Love it!
So,
Love it!
then...
Got it! Got it!
So then on, they went to Malachor 5, and the Rebel Alliance is like, because now, not quite, Galen Merrick, or, Starkiller, as I know him, has called the rebel leaders together to Mon Calamari to you know, sign an alliance, basically, against the Empire. And, so they all leave Yavin 4 because they're like, hey, the Empire's coming here, let's not die.
Yeah, that won't cause any issues for them.
Yeah, no, it won't. So, then the Sith Lords get over to Malachor 5.
Sith Lord?
The Sith Lords, and they meet Ezra Bridger, and they're like,
He's important later.
yeah, he's important later.
Oh.
And also Ahsoka and Kanan, and they get like the key to the pyramid or whatever, and then they come back outside, and Ahsoka and Kanan are waiting there, and they're like, hey, these guys are evil.
Whoa, evil.
And then the Inquisitors show up, and they're like, oh, those guys are more evil, let's go kill them.
Nobody expects the Imperial Inquisition.
Yeah, so then, so they fight the Inquisitors, and Ezra goes and runs up to the top of the pyramid to go get the knowledge of how to defeat the Emperor or whatever.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he's out of eyesight range thing, Maul is like, haha, fuck you, and then kills all the Inquisitors and stabs his eyes out.
I mean, by all the Inquisitors, you mean the 2.
3.
And oh, well, they weren't very good ones. How can I tell?
Yeah, I mean, one of them didn't even have a face, so...
Oh yeah. He especially didn't afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't he the one who just tried to fly away on his helicopter?
Oh yeah, he was.
Then just fell. Yeah.
Maul for the win.
So he had a face. Still. I mean, actually, depending on how he landed. Whatever, this
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So, then, right as he's about to go over to Ahsoka and, or Yoda or Obi-Wan or whatever, probably, no, it was Obi-Wan specifically, he, then Darth Vader shows up and, cuts Obi-Wan's legs off. Or, well, the one leg.
Oh, she worked.
it got chopped up even more.
Yeah, he got chopped up even more. He's not having fun with that leg. So then the Maul helps get him up to the top of the pyramid while Yoda is holding off Ahsoka and Vader, who are also, of course, fighting each other. And then they eventually all get to the top of the pyramid, and some fighting happens up there, and Maul gets Ezra out of the room, and because that's a bit much.
Hmm.
And then eventually Obi-Wan's like, fuck this is going nowhere. So he goes and switches places with Maul and Ezra guarding duty, and then Kanan shows up, blind at this point. And
Yeah, thanks, Maul.
yeah, thanks, Maul. And he's like, hey Ezra, these guys are fucking evil. And then Obi-Wan's like, yeah, I've had enough of this. Let's leave. So he calls the guys from inside, because he's like, hey, Yoda and Maul probably dealt with Ahsoka and Vader.
Sure they did.
And then Maul comes out covered in blood and says, Yoda's fucking dead. Let's get out of here. The pyramid's about to explode.
Yeah, because someone skewered Yoda through the head, like, Jesus.
Where's your phone?
Yeah.
Where's your phone?
I don't know.
Of course, something else probably also happened to him, since, the blood part.
Yeah. I'm going to assume some pretty bad shit happened. So.
Some
Anyway.
Palpatine line type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So then they all start running towards their ship, and they're trying to hold Kanan and Ezra hostage, and then they eventually get away, because they're Maul's having to help Obi-Wan stay upright at this point too. He's only got one leg there, and they're trying to get out. They don't want to die. So. Everyone, those four all end up getting out on their separate ships, and the Vader and Ahsoka live the normal way, as in the thing.
Time travel stuff.
Yeah, the time travel stuff for Ahsoka. Vader just tanks it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they get back to Mon Calamari, and
It's being blockaded.
It's being blockaded by the Empire. About 40 Star Destroyers.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, hey, that's the whole point of the Starkiller thing. So they're like, yeah, maybe let's not go in there. And they decide that it's a good time, and then the Rebel Council or whatever, they send them a mission to go rescue a guy named Luke Skywalker from an Imperial prison.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker, you're our only hope.
Yeah, he's their only hope. And they go there, and then they realize that it's a trap, and they don't go inside. They just sense it with the Force. So
I feel bad for that Inquisitor.
yeah,
He got mauled up for nothing.
Yeah, you turned him into Luke Skywalker for no reason.
It was for a reason, it just didn't work out.
Yeah, there you go.
At that point, I couldn't bet on them making, actual rational decisions. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? No, Gunnar always asks me to, is it, safe? Use the Force, see if it's safe before he does anything. So, James doesn't, though.
Gunnar detected the fucking gas chamber.
Yeah.
We could have put the map on the side, but oh well.
Instead of going there, they instead go to Saw Gerrera and ask his help in destroying the singular interdictor that the Imperials have blockading Mon Calamari. And he's like, sure, let's go kill those bitches. And they go and kill those bitches. And the rebels get away. But then, even more, this fabulous adventure of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul. R.I.P. Yoda.
R.I.P. Yoda.
Then it kind of all goes bad because then they see that there's a planet killer getting created by the Imperials, and they're like, yeah, so this, I know that this message says that they need him to stay secret, but let's not. And we're just gonna go there and invade Edu and take Galen Merrick.
Oh yeah, so
Galen
Mon
Erso.
Calamari is finished by now,
Not
right?
Galen Merrick. Galen Erso. And we're gonna have him help us destroy the Death Star. So they go there, and then he dies. So then they go to the other place to go get the Death Star plans from Scarif, and then they go there, and then they die. No, it's more complicated than that this time. So they do the whole invasion thing, and they knock out the planetary shield, and Obi-Wan is on the ground in his X-wing, and like saving some people and stuff, and helping evacuate the planet before the Death Star shoots them. So the Death Star shoots them right as he's like climbing out of the atmosphere. So you get one of those nice fire on your tail scenes up there,
Yeah.
where he's just outside of the blast sort of thing. It's awesome, or at least that's how I imagined it. So then he gets out, and then the fleet starts jumping to hyperspace, and then he's getting ready to, but then an interdictor comes in and stops him. So now Obi-Wan Kenobi has been taken prisoner by the Empire. Darth Maul got away, though.
God, imagine episode 4 Obi-Wan in a fucking flaming TIE fighter. What the hell?
I know, right? It's great. So, can you tell them what you did with Gunnar?
He got disarmed, and then he woke up in a dark room, and then he saw a lightsaber ignite, and he got fucking beheaded by Niku, my
Yep.
secret son.
My secret non-canon son.
Yeah. Oh, and we should note that the year before this, after they got away from Mon Calamari, we bombed them until their what's it called, global warming, and then all the fish people died.
Yeah. So
Like Camino,
Mon
you
Calamari's
know?
dead. Yeah, like Camino. We just keep doing that to all the water worlds.
I was referencing canon Camino, how it used to be like Earth, but then global
Oh.
warming. But you know, it's both versions of Camino, because
Yeah.
fuck it.
When you bomb someone so hard, it makes the world warmer.
Yeah.
Ugh. So the Mon Calamari are all dead, but also I want to note that Niku is now an adult because he has he grows the same speed as the clones, so
Which surprisingly isn't a problem for him down the line.
yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't gotten that far, but also spoilers.
Spoilers.
So then also A New Hope happens, but without Obi-Wan Kenobi because someone was very stupid.
Which party are you referring to here?
Not you.
Okay. I mean, I am the one who gave him to Niku.
Yeah,
So he got his taste for blood.
basically, I don't really know how this all happens, just without Obi-Wan Kenobi, but, you know.
Ahsoka's there, it's fine.
Yeah, Ahsoka's there. That's it. Ahsoka. Ahsoka's Obi-Wan Kenobi now. And Yoda. So, then after that, we get to, some minor things which happened, and those
This one breaks my heart.
Yeah, I know. You're the one who ordered it, okay?
It still breaks my heart. It's like, I'm sorry, little one.
So, Palpatine ordered the assassination of Newt Gunray by his Emperor's hand, who
Also,
includes Leia at this point. So,
And I also got rid of all the Hutts except for Jabba and Gardula.
yep. So Jabba and Gardula, the Hutts, are still
Only ones left.
they're the only ones left. And Newt Gunray, one of the oldest people in the game, is dead.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why I killed him, just so that Newt Gunray wouldn't outlast me.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, Darth Maul outlasted you, though, so that's something.
Yeah, well, he's going to be the original villain for the sequel trilogy, but...
Yeah, well.
Or, I mean, one of George's ideas. He had like 50.
Yeah. Okay, so then moving on, we get to Empire Strikes Back. This was literally the exact same in every detail, except for a couple of things. First off, it's Ahsoka, not Yoda.
You
The fuck?
scared me.
Okay, yeah. So it's Ahsoka, not Yoda. And then, the second thing is, Luke doesn't cut my hand off. Because, wait, that was backwards. I'm stupid. I don't cut Luke's hand off. Except I did. Wait, what? I don't know where I was going with that one. It's the exact same, except Ahsoka instead of Yoda.
Yeah, there was nothing weird with the hand.
Yeah, I don't know why I felt there was...
This was before you got your body back, too.
Yeah. So
Or,
anyway.
it might not have. Anyway.
Then, after that, Palpatine rewards me for being loyal to him in his time of need there with Silo. And, he allows me to transfer into that clone body which Silo made me, and he brings Padme back to life in that clone body that Silo made her. So, now Padme's back.
And for the record, we're not talking like Palpatine body swapping. We mean surgically removing your brain and
What?
sticking it in someone else.
Yep.
Is Mom home?
Oh my
Mom,
God.
come here. Someone sent you.
Yeah, so then, the other thing that happens here is, James,
I just wanted to tell you because it was important.
so, the other thing which happens is, Leia, is sent to go, what was it? Were you going to try to have her kill Luke Skywalker, or something?
Yeah, it was like attack Luke Skywalker, but
Yeah.
not kill
Oh,
him.
yeah, attack Luke Skywalker, make him scared or whatever. And she goes there, and she attacks Luke Skywalker, and then, he beats her. Easily.
Yeah, that was pretty 50-50 in my mind, but I don't know.
And,
The Force willed it.
he also had, like, a bunch of rebel soldiers on that ship, so,
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Oh, that's not a very good assassination plan, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
can't
he
blame that
just
on
kind
me.
of went in there. He literally went out in there, like, guns blazing, and then crashed his starfighter into that hangar. And so he
He's like
had no
fucking
way out.
Anakin.
And then he just went up there and started like stabbing Luke.
Genius.
Yeah. So Leia has now been imprisoned by the Rebel Alliance, and
And she doesn't want to go back to the light because, fuck you guys, I guess.
that's yeah. So then moving on, we get Return of the Jedi, and this goes exactly like it until the end ish. So, in the throne room, Luke goes through his thinking process when you ask him to kill him and join you. He's like, well, if I kill him and go to the dark side, then I'll have more friends than if I don't kill him and he kills all my friends. So I'm going to kill him and go to the dark side. So he tries to kill you just like in the movie, and then Vader blocks him just like in the movie, and then they fight, and he cuts Vader's hand off. And so I have now lost 5 limbs. No one's ever said that before. So
They were in Star Wars.
I've lost 5 limbs though. And all of them were natural.
Well, I mean, it's Star Wars. People can screw with limbs.
Oh, well, I guess
If
there
you
are
did,
other
they could.
species with like more than 5 limbs. So
And I mean, it's Star Wars. You're going to get all your limbs chopped off. But then,
Darth Vader's lost 5 limbs. Organic limbs.
hey, at least Maul didn't castrate you.
Yeah, that's something. Oh my god. Yeah, so then he chops off my hand just like in the movie, and he's
Whoa.
like, and I as the Force am begging him to not join the dark side because that would be horrible.
Add your computer back.
That's where all my friends are.
I still can't see even if you...
And yeah, that's where all my friends are. And he's thinking, and I explained to him that Maul is already on his side, and if he doesn't kill Vader, Vader will be on his side. So
It's like total win-win situation.
yeah, it's a win-win situation. So he goes and tries to run up to Palpatine and stab him, but Palpatine's like, fuck you, and electrocutes him until he's on the floor crying.
Yeah, like someone's children in the future.
God. So then, of course, I, Vader, pick him up and throw him down the reactor shaft while he's
And
electrocuted.
I couldn't even electrocute him. You guys
What?
want to know why?
Then,
'Cause
yeah,
he was
I take
wearing a
my
rubber
helmet off,
suit.
and I am wearing a rubber suit. Just
My
like
one weakness.
Jango Fett!
Thanks, Boba. But then, I attempt to swap him to my non-canon son, Niku Palpatine, but then his will is too strong, and then he's like, fuck you, no. And then I don't even have to wait till the year change to become Niku, because we have a special condition going on. When I go to Nuku.
So, then
So,
Niku gets nuked 63 times by Boba Fett.
well, we should explain it bit by bit. So, yeah, Niku's out on Zoe chilling, probably killing a few cannibals, learning about them, whatever. And then a Y-Wing comes along, and then a bomb drops from it, and Niku uses Force Vision, or whatever it's called, to see its multiple nuclear bombs, which will react with each other, kind of like the Galaxy Gun, but worse and stupid. And also, duct taped to the side is a Yasalamiri and a slice of salami.
So,
So
two different salamis.
it's crazy. And then Niku's like, "Holy shit, that's crazy!" He pulls out his lightsaber and chucks it like a spear, and it skewers the Ysalamiri and Salami, so that he'll be able to protect himself with the Force Gauntlet thing. And the chance of doing that was what, 1 in 20?
Yep, it was 1 in 20 that you'd hit them.
But Niku's the perfect being, so he has all the luck.
Yeah. God, I hate Nick.
Hail Niku!
So, he sees that didn't work out. So Boba Fett sends another couple dozen nukes at him, and they
Yeah.
don't work out
Well,
either.
Yeah, after Niku's like, shit, I can't find my cult family. I can't even find the bodies. I was able to recover the Soul Saber, or no, it's the Dark Saber and the time travel crystal thing. And then he's going on the exact plot of Dune for a while, and then he gets nuked more. Oh yeah, then he takes down the ships that were nuking at him, and he recovers oxygen mask.
Now, do you want to tell them about your time travel again?
Yeah, after he finds out civilization is dead, he teleports back to where the first bomb dropped, and then he time travels back to when the bomb was going off, but he's in the air. He drops on the Y-Wing after it drops the bomb, and he uses his lightsaber to skewer the pilots through there, and he Grievous-style crawls in there, and he flies away. But that's not all, because then he
That's
goes...
not all, folks.
There's more. He goes to where the second Death Star was, time travels back into there, flies a ship in, shows off the Darksaber and Soul Saber, and is like, I want I forgot what it's called, but I want Palpatine to talk to me, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? But then Palpatine lets him, and he's like, hey, so I'm from the future, as you can probably tell. I'm your son, obviously, and your empire is going great, but I need some of your ships to take care of those damn rebels. And then Palpatine's like, okay, I'll give you the ships and whatever. It's going great, my empire, right? Nico's like, yeah, it's going great. So Niku then takes the ship back to Zoe. He goes down to the cannibals that live on the planet, because of course they do. He's like, I am your god. And then he walks up to the leader and he just pummels him to death in a trial by combat thing. And then
Not only pummels to death, but, you know, more than that.
Yeah, well, you're like, holy shit, this guy's scary. He's probably actually our god. So then,
Didn't he, like, rip some part of his body out? Like,
probably.
his heart or something? Rip his heart out?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am your god, and then I spend a while teaching them about what's going on in the galaxy, teaching them to fight and stuff. And then, as the bomb day approaches, I pack as many as I can onto my ship, and then I send order that looks like what Palpatine would send my cultists, and it tells them, go to this spot when Niku's outside, and then they're like, oh, that's weird. And then they do it, and then Niku comes in, teleports them onto the ship, so Niku saves everyone, because he's the good guy, and then he flies away into the sunset, while Zoe keeps getting nuked.
Yeah.
But that's not all.
But that's not all.
What's next, the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he's like, okay, this body is pretty cool, but I want to get a cooler one. So he tracks down a Gendai or Jendai, whatever, the guy in the bottom right, tentacle monster. And he takes him. He goes on to the ship. He's like, hey, guys, I'm still your god. Watch this. And he kills himself and pops into the other body. He's like, whoa, you guys really like sacrifices.
For reference, this is the same species as Dirge from the 2003 Clone Wars.
Yeah, and a bunch of comics. The guy that they can't fucking kill because he's scary. And then Niku then goes into one of Palpatine's private storerooms, and he gets a bunch of Beskar, and he makes Revan look like armor. And then he's like, whoa, I'm doing pretty great with all this time travel stuff, and I've gotten a lot of my revenge. I killed the guy who dropped the bombs, but I still hate Darth Vader and I still hate Boba Fett. So let's go after Boba Fett.
Yep.
You want to take it for a little while? So
So,
much with Niku.
now that I'm finished with my cookie, we can get back.
Ugh.
So, you decided to ram a ship into Boba Fett's command ship
Yeah.
because he's now in the New Republic military as
Yeah. Military supervisor.
the New
whatever.
Republic was declared by Darth Vader or
AKA
Anakin
Anakin
Skywalker now,
Skywalker now.
because he's back on the light side, so he's Anakin. And
Ba-ba.
Anakin declares a New Republic because, you know, if he had the chance and he didn't, Padme would actually kill him.
I mean, she's probably not super happy with him with all the fascism stuff.
Well,
but
you know, I stopped that.
still, you had democracy dying with thunderous applause there. Like,
Yeah, but then I saved it with even more thunderous applause.
yeah, you are democracy.
Yeah. And then I declared myself Chancellor.
Yeah. Well, you had to keep the peace somehow. You have to be scary.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the reasoning behind that was we knew that the Imperials would be do what they did in Legends.
Canon? Yeah.
So we decided that they needed like a steady hand there, and or a brutal one, and
Yeah, a steady hand, but an iron fist.
yeah, there you go. So we've made a dictator the first chancellor of the New Republic. Don't worry,
it's
there's
no
still
biggie.
elections. They're just too scared to vote against me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am
nothing
the
bad will
Senate.
happen if they vote against me, but you know, they're
Yeah.
still too scared because I'm Darth fucking Vader. So
Yeah, I mean, if they voted against you, all that bad stuff probably wouldn't have happened to the Senate. Spoiler warning.
yeah. So anyway, back to the actual thing we're talking about. Thank you.
It's not leaving.
The get out. Boba Fett. You crash one of Boba Fett's ships into his
Oh, yeah.
his main ship there, and
After using a hyperspace blocker to take him,
yeah,
make sure he stops.
and he jumps
'Cause,
into
ramming ships in hyperspace is a good idea.
yeah, he jumps into his Comerc, and which is the Mandalorian starfighter, because
Yeah,
he's
after I
obsessed
tear
again.
through a ship to get to him.
And yeah, so you tear through his ship to get to him with a defoliator shell.
If she gets more of those, great.
I'm
Just
just
because-
carrying it inside my body because I can.
Yeah.
It's like Obi-Wan.
So then you finally get out there, so you jump into space because you don't need to breathe. And
Yeah. That's a patch grueling in case someone knows something otherwise. I couldn't find anything about breathing.
yeah, we
so.
couldn't find anything about that. So
I mean, I have nostrils, but whatever.
yeah, but you also don't need like a lung. You don't need like a body to survive. So
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have a heart either, so like...
yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably don't need to breathe.
Which is relevant later, actually.
Yeah. Just as it's relevant now, because you jump into space and go land on top of his fighter, and just rip a hole in the back and throw the defoliator in, and they're like
Holding him
well,
down with my arms.
and you're holding him down with your arms. So he decides to have all the Mandalorians in there strap their remote control jetpacks to the defoliator and launch
He was the
it.
only one in there.
What?
He was the only one in there.
No, there was another guy.
Oh, it was Baby Yoda, though, wasn't it?
No, but there was another guy.
Oh, okay, I didn't even know about him. Wow.
Yeah, he didn't really do much. Anyway, so they put their jetpacks on the defoliator and launch it out of the hole where Mason is holding him down, and they defoliate Niku, except for his arms, which are inside the ship, with Boba Fett.
Yeah, get fucked, Boba.
So so how did he handle this? Didn't he just shoot your arms?
Yeah, he had a
Yeah,
disintegration
he
gun.
used his disintegration gun on.
Even though that's very much a war crime.
Yeah, well, there's not really law anymore, so.
I'd argue otherwise, but anyway.
Yeah, you always argue otherwise.
Well, I feel like Anakin would hold more standards to the military than Palpatine would have, but that's your fault.
Yeah, oh, whatever. I let him have disintegration guns. It's fine. Yeah, so
It's
then
only
this
one of the
turned
most
into
painful
another
ways to die.
fucking Thrawn battle. Was
Where we
this
just
the
flew
second one
around.
or the third one?
This is 2, I think.
Okay, this is the second one.
But not the last.
But not the last. Where you just fly around in space with a guy with a jetpack and a salami fighting a guy with super force powers and waiting for a fleet to arrive to help the guy with the salami. It's literally Thrawn 2.
Yeah, of course Thrawn didn't have a salami in that encounter, but
Yeah, so anyway.
Alex didn't know about them yet.
This took like 4 hours, and it was really nothing happening, so I'm just going to skip the entire thing.
Yeah, well, there's a few points to note. Did he have nukes in this one?
What?
No, the nukes are in the next one.
No, there are
but
nukes
he has
in
like
this
a...
one, too.
Oh, yeah.
You tried to nuke him twice, but it failed both times, so...
Okay, I thought... Yeah, and he learns from that, and he gets the nukes for himself next time. But yeah, that fight was pretty miserable. It ended in a draw.
Yep. So nothing
We both
happened.
thought
Nothing happened. Literally nothing. So anyway, moving on. Oh!
Child Tucker!
Yeah!
I like Lucas. The boy in the
Like
blue
Lucas.
stripes really knows what's up.
Yeah, this guy's... He knows what's going on here.
Yeah.
So... This is, it's horrible. First of all. But
Yeah.
we're going to start with something that's not this, because this needs to have some build up.
It needs to simmer.
Yeah, it needs to simmer. Just
That's a
let
great
that sit
picture.
there and wait. let it sink in. This it starts with the Niku. He sees that a little boy named Trioculus is being naughty and claiming to be Niku.
Yeah,
Or
and
at
I'm
least
like,
the son
heir
of
to the
Niku.
Empire, more like, hail to the Empire.
Yeah, so then label what you did to him.
Okay, so I showed up into his room, I tore out his tongue and gagged him, and I chopped off all 4 of his limbs, and then I
Keeping
gouged
him
out
alive,
his...
by the way, while he's doing
Yeah,
this.
oh, he's still alive. I gouged out his eye on his forehead, and then I sealed the eyelid shut by branding it with my new eyeball logo, which isn't pictured here, but you'll see it later. And, oh yeah, and Patrick kept telling me to do all these crazy things, and he was like, make it worse! So I tore out his kidney and painted in blood on the wall, a false child.
Yeah, that was bad enough.
Yeah, he finally relented after that. That was pretty epic. Epic gamer style.
Yeah, Niku's pretty fucking horrible, and just branding somebody's eyes shut isn't that bad. So.
The second year of Niku, and he's already fucking branding people.
With his logo. Like, Jesus,
Yeah.
dude.
For the Shadow Empire, which I called it for a little while, but
Yeah.
it got a new title when it actually got
So,
properly
now,
stated.
on to the fuck pit. So,
Woo woo!
Alex, after his draw in that duel in outer space again, Thrawn 2.0, he decides that he's not going to be able to beat Niku. That and his failure to kill him with 63 nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Carpet bombing with nukes.
Nuku!
Nuku. So
Niku never
after
loses.
that, he decides that he's obviously at a disadvantage here, and he always has been, because he's never played a Force user. So
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I told him that. So
he decides to use eugenics and
Yeah.
similar, like, the similar methods to basically he finds a night sister and fucks her and marries
and
her.
there's only two left because
Yeah,
Niku went
there's only
back in
two
time and fucking eliminated them.
Well, most of them were already dead. You just went around and killed all the ones that were still alive. Because
Yeah.
remember, you can't kill people back in time, so you didn't use time travel with that one.
Or you can't kill people relevant or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
You can't affect the course of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So,
if we don't know that it didn't happen like that, it doesn't matter, you know.
yeah. So anyway, there's only two left, and it's Alex's wife, who doesn't even have a name because she's not important.
Or she becomes important later,
Nah,
but
barely.
she becomes relevant, not important.
Yeah, relevant, not important. There you go. And then Alex's person who scries Mason for him all the time, every day.
The person he wanted to be his wife.
Yeah, but turned him down because Mason had gone back in time and replaced her with a body double / clone, which has an inhibitor chip in its head, so that
Mm-hmm.
so that she would betray him when the time was right, and she
Yeah,
didn't
and
really
she
want to get married to him. So
fed him false information too.
yeah, and fed him false information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she's scrying for him, and giving him the false information, and
Yeah. A lot of it's true, but
not fucking him also.
that's pretty
So
much
anyway, now Boba Fett's daughter is also a Night Sister.
it. Yeah, it's a shame that she had to die though. Wait, so spoilers, sorry.
Dang. Yeah, so then he's like, well, the Mandalorians are all at the same disadvantage I have been at. So, we're going to turn the Mandalorians and the Night Sisters into one race.
Yeah.
So
He's combating genocide with eugenics.
he goes and collects the DNA off of a bunch of dead bodies from Dathomir after he cleans out the zombie problem there.
Yeah.
And he creates the super fast growing clones. I can't remember what the company was called. It's the one Thrawn uses in Legends, in Heirs of the Empire. But he used that to create many Night Sisters, and then at the age of 1, they get to have children with Mandalorians. So now,
Child fuck pit.
in about 20 years, he'll have an army of Force-sensitive Mandalorians.
Yeah. Very well.
Yeah. So then moving on. Now you don't have to look at that anymore. Are you grateful? Be grateful.
I don't think I'm looking at it anymore.
Yeah, I know. Why would you? You don't have to. I was talking
I was looking at it for a little while. Yeah. If we don't have an audience, Patrick, no one gets this far.
Yeah.
Except for
so,
Alex at
well,
one time,
whatever.
because he wanted to know something.
Anyway.
Which isn't fair, because he didn't disclose information with us, because
Yeah.
the rules don't apply when you're losing. Yeah, me too.
So now we get to 2 days in real life of slow, calm build-up. First of all,
Yeah.
Maul finally gets busted for his new drug empire he has created under the New Republic.
Emphasis on new.
Yeah, new. Not the old one. That one's bad.
That was
That one's not doing so hot. And then also Han and Leia get married because James likes fucking people.
yeah, he does.
Usually this would have been complicated and they would have done the whole thing with the Hapes.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention
Xannies and stuff.
Leia's on the light side now because they brainwashed her.
Oh yeah, yeah. That happened as soon as the Emperor died. We went over and brainwashed her, and just so the plot would be fixed.
Yeah, it's fine to brainwash people if you're the good guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did the exact same thing with Luke, so I was.
I'm a bad guy though.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything bad with him. You just sent him back
Yeah.
on the plot's way. So you know.
Okay, well, I quote unquote had plans for him or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I pretended that I did. I didn't really fucking care about him. I mean, I did because I wanted the plot to work, but
Yeah.
Alex didn't.
So anyway, that's the only two things which happened in 7. And then we get to the day. The
Rapture!
Rapture.
And there's my new logo that I was talking about.
Yeah, there's his logo right there on his fucking forehead.
Yeah,
like
and
Triclops.
right before the Rapture, I replaced my Revan mask with the mask of Niku.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
I mentioned the Revan stuff.
Oh, yeah, oh, right.
It was on the big day when you were eating
Yeah.
a cookie.
So, do you want to go over the Rapture?
Yeah, since I wrote it all down. Whew. So, first of all, I disabled the military comms, so Alex would be left in the dark. Or, I made Borsk do it, my buddy
Yeah,
Borsk, who
but Borsk wasn't able to get the short-range comms, only the long-range ones, because the
Which is
short-range comms are each on their own little network. So, that comes back into
fucking
play later.
dumb piece of shit. Yeah, if you don't know about Borsk, I killed two of his
we forgot
kids
to
and
talk about him.
beat him up. And he was a senator, and he was feeding me
Yeah,
information
Borsk
and doing
Failure.
stuff for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have a good time there. But, so I had him disable the military comms. I just told him make it happen, and he did. And then I sent an eclipse to Dathomir. I had my secret agent who was working in Alex's lab burn all of the info in it
Yeah, the
and
one that was
run away.
time traveled and body doubled. Not the same one though. A different secret agent.
No, that wasn't. That was literally just killing someone and taking their spot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not. That one wasn't that complicated because Alex doesn't go to his labs. That's too much effort. And then this was going to be World Devastators, but I didn't have them yet, so we fucking orbital bombarded Camino Mandalore, Alex's laboratory planet, and Lil Seiyu.
Because
So,
Camino and Mandalore were two of his
Al's fuck
child
planet.
cockpits. So
Yeah. And then the laboratory is obvious, and then Lil Seiyu, that's where Maul was, and he's competition.
he's competition.
Yeah, and then my time travel BS with Alex's children goes off, where they all go feral, kill their mother, and then they don't know what to do from there, so they sit on the floor and cry. And then Bloody Council goes down, where Niku shows up to the Senate. He takes a little pod towards the middle. He picks up the entire top row of senator box pod things and shoves them downward, so they make a waterfall of senators.
Yeah.
That's thinking. But then Anakin's like, "What the fuck?" And then they start dueling for a while. It was pretty boring, except for the quote, "You could have been like a brother to me. I hate you." You know, that was.
Yeah, technically I was your brother because Palpatine was involved directly in my birth and yours.
Oh no. Go away.
Oh yeah, exactly. You could have been my brother, and you have to go and fucking kill Papa. You know, Papa Palpatine.
Papa Palpatine.
That's like Daddy Yoda, but bad. Actually, probably around the same. But then we have a pretty boring duel. I lose some arms, but I reattach them because I'm Niku.
Yeah.
And then I finally beat you. So I grab you and Padme and put you in back to tanks to save for later. And then after that, Umaya sets off a sky laser on Coruscant to shoot down the ray shield. And then Baby Yoda goes off, aka Tube Boy, who is going around with Alex. Oh, we need to talk about the other ones after this. Tubby, Veggie Boy, who's going around with Alex on all his adventures, breaks out and starts going fucking feral and attacking the lizards. And then,
Except he didn't, because they were in separate containers.
yeah, so he was just flailing trying to kill the lizards and he wasn't having a good time.
Yeah. He could see them through, like, a little bit of glass, and he was, like, reaching for them to choke the life out of them, but it didn't work.
You can't force choke him, but he's a literal child, so you didn't know that. And then my poison gas in Alex's exosuit goes off, but want to say why that didn't work?
Well, he wears his Mandalorian armor inside his Mandalorian armor mech.
So that part of the plan didn't go off, and then I teleported to break into his ship or near it, and then we had 3.
What?
Then we had Thrawn Battle Part 3.
Oh yeah, Thrawn Battle Part 3, where they're
Uh,
nuking each other so bad that they're having to use, like, human shields against each other.
no, he's using human shields. I just fucking tank
Yeah,
it. I
you
don't
just
care.
tank it.
Hail Niku.
You're nuking yourself, and you're just, like, standing there, like, come on, dude. Do better.
And I'm blowing up all his ships, including the backup that shows up. And then what did I do? Oh yeah, and then he has one of his Mandalorians take off their enchanted armor, so the Night Sister can scry them and teleport them all back to safety. But she's my spy, you see. And then I'm like, oh fuck it, and then I go back home too and watch over what's happening with them. And Night Sister lady over here, Alex is like, oh yeah, put a bomb on the Eclipse, and she's like, okay, I did it, even though she just chucked into a sun. Same one that our old Alex went into.
Silo.
He's like, okay, let's bomb something else with teleportation. This is great. And she's like, okay. And so instead of sending the bomb, she chucks Alex into the sun, and I wasn't able to recover his helmet or the Darksaber, which is sad. But then all the Mandalorians were like, what the fuck did you do? So they shoot her to death, which, rest in peace. But then that was a good distraction, because there was nukes dropping onto them, and they all died. So, yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, so...
And,
now
but
all the
that's
Mandalorians
not
are
all.
dead. That's all?
Anakin. Oh yeah, then I show up to Alex's house where his kids are on the floor crying because they just killed their mother.
Oh yeah,
and then
also I want to note that he went around adopting Force-sensitive children. So,
Alex did.
Yeah. And
That's why I have so many kids.
You went
And then I
back in
Anakin
time
them,
to,
so it doesn't matter.
You went back in time to put chips in their heads so that they would kill every Dathomirian, including their mother. So
I mean, it was only their mother, so.
well, yeah, I mean, it was only their mother who happened to be a Dathomirian in the room, but
Yeah.
they would have killed
So
everybody.
I teleport into his house, and then Anakin his kids, and then I launch my armada into the inner
And
core.
Anakin means kill.
Yeah,
As in, like,
kill the younglings.
Kill the younglings.
Speaking of Anakin, back to what I'm doing with you and Padme, and I also make a fake version of Leia's face, and I chop all those bits up and put them back together, and then I have my cultists dress up as scientists, and they pull you out of the tank, and they're like, okay, we were barely able to save you, but we had to make a few sacrifices, and then they hand you a mirror, and you see that you're part yourself, part your wife, and part Leia, and you want to know what you do?
I go to the dark side again.
Yeah.
I'm just
and then-
like, fuck this, I'm gonna kill some people.
Before he can kill the cultists, I teleport in there and start beating the shit out of him. But he's so mad that he uses the dark side to push through the gauntlet. Then he's trying to tear out my heart.
Just
But instead of finding a heart, he only finds the time travel thing, and while his arm's stuck in there, I just chop it off, and he's like, ah, I don't want to live anymore, and he rams himself onto my soul saber and dies.
Yeah.
But that means since it's on the soul saber, I got to absorb its force energy.
Yeah. My life.
And I think that was all for that day.
Yep. So that was the end.
We want to talk about the Baby Yodas real quick.
The Baby Yodas. Oh
We
yeah.
only
I also
talked about
forgot to
Reggie Boy.
mention that the Baby Yoda. So in order to replace him with the one which would go crazy about the salamis, he made a deal with the other Baby Yoda, the original, to put him into a
So one of the
dinosaur
two was
body.
actually a time travel clone, kind of like a bunch of
Yeah,
other people.
this is time
And the
travel.
original one, I'm like, hey, you can be my friend, but I'm going to put you in a dinosaur with laser eyes. And he's like, okay. But then he's like, okay, I hate Alex for doing all that shit to me. So as a dinosaur, he ran after him. And then Alex just split him in half and was like, oh, another Baby Yoda. I'll put it in my collection without really thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't think about that.
And then Alex,
So now he's
super
got
duper
two
fast
kids, two Baby Yodas.
he super duper fast grew a clone of them so he could have a Baby Yoda that ages like a normal person.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
so
a
he's
fucking
got a
freak.
Baby Yoda which ages like a normal person. So
he had
now,
3 Baby Yodas.
but then he decides, right before the rapture, he decides, well, it's about time to shoot the original Baby Yoda in the head, like the one that
Put some fear of God into my kids, you know.
Yeah, so he shoots the Baby Yoda in the head.
And then Marion switches over to the Mandalorian one, and he starts trying to break out for a little while. And then the other one ends up going into the sun, so I have to adopt the fast-growing one. And now he's my kid, and I lobbed off his ear as a Boba Fett trophy, and then I just set him on his way.
Yeah,
And-
about that, I was making a family tree today about this, just because it's all so interconnected now. And do you know how hard it is to put on a family tree that Baby Yoda is the father of Niku, who is the father of Baby Yoda?
And that Baby
And
Yoda is
Baby
the son
Yoda
of me.
is the father of Niku with Boba Fett, who is Baby Yoda's father.
Yeah. And then I become the
It's so
father.
fucked.
It's a fucking closed loop. Like, what the
It is.
hell? This is miserable.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Hell, Miku.
Hail Niku.
And then
Yeah,
everything
so-
goes to even more shit in the future, but
Yeah, so
that's for another
we'll
time.
get there for next episode. So, yeah. If you got here, thank you very much for watching. I know you didn't get here, though.
Oh, wait, we
so-
should talk about some of Boba Fett's plans, leak them, since that's how the recordings work,
Which ones?
The ones that I don't know about.
Oh, well, I'm not going to... Boba Fett's plans?
Yeah.
I
so-
mean, I don't know. I think we just talked about all of them. All the big
Okay,
ones.
so-
Oh, well, I mean, did we talk about the mech suits?
we skimmed over them.
Yeah. I mean, that's not really important. So.
Yeah, but any secrets I should know about?
I don't think so.
Damn. Oh, he wrote a bunch of wills allegedly, and somehow they got to Ezra Bridger because that was his fucking demand to be let back. And he was like, "I don't want to play anymore." But then Patrick's like, "Shit, we need participation." So he's like, "Yeah, be Ezra. Oh yeah, you can have all your stuff back. Yeah, you had the special will thing and all that."
That's not exactly how it went, but
It is pretty much. So now he's just Boba Fett 2, a Jango Fett, what, 5 or 6?
5. It's Jango Fett 5.
How did he make Ezra Bridger into a Mandalorian?
Well, he wanted to.
Maybe
It's
he married.
I think it's mostly to piss you off at this point.
It definitely is. But you can say he like married Sabine or something.
That would make so much sense.
Yeah, you should tell Alex that he retroactively married Sabine Wren.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
Or Sabine Bridger.
Sabine Bridger.
Oh,
no.
that's great. He's not going to like that.
He might.
I mean, does anyone like Sabine other than like maybe 12-year-old
Well, he
girls?
wanted to be Sabine earlier, but that's just because she was like one of the only Mandalorians left.
What do you mean one of?
Well, I mean, there's also Din Djarin. He's still around.
Oh yeah, there's Baby Yoda also.
And there's a whole second arc out there, so.
There's a second arc?
Yeah,
Why?
because.
Can Niku scry it and just blow it up, please?
No.
Why?
Because you don't know it exists.
Okay. I mean, okay. Did my spy, would they have known about it?
Uh.
Or was
Probably
it,
not.
So this was a Thrawn era thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, then I wouldn't know.
I'm going to turn the recording off now. Thanks
Hail
for
Niku.
watching. Hail Niku.